So everybody, today we're checking out iVANKY's FusionDock Pro 1 Plus, which is a dock designed to make your MacBook an absolute powerhouse of a workstation. So let's take a closer look at what makes this dock stand out against the competition and how it's going to be able to enhance your current workflow. Let's get into it. So let's quickly start off with the unboxing experience. It's very Apple-like in the way that it's set up because of how nice it is to unbox. So in the box, of course, you get the dock itself, so it's the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus, and then you get its power supply, which again, we're going to talk about it, but it does support up to 100 watts of charging, and then of course, you do get a USB-C cable that can go to your host and also to the dock itself, as well as some paperwork, so it's a very simple unboxing experience, and the first thing I noticed was just how light this dock actually is. Not that I'm going to be picking it up too often, but it's nice to know that it is very lightweight. And to segue into that, I do want to talk about the design a little bit because it's extremely clean, it's minimal, and it looks right at home with any MacBook setup. It has that beautiful texture on the surface of it, and then it has some nice clean surroundings with a premium and durable design. But what really makes this dock shine is the sheer number of ports that you get, especially for the price. You get a total of 14 ports, and here's a quick rundown of what you get. So you get two USB-C ports, one is for power delivery, and the other one can give you up to 10 gigabytes of speed, so it is a 3.2 Gen 2 port. Then you get an additional two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports as well that can support the same types of transfer speeds. You get a microSD and an SD card slot, a 3.5mm jack, and on the rear you get even more ports. This is where you get the triple 4K display. So you get the three HDMI ports, you get an additional two USB-A ports, so that's four USB-A ports total that give you that 3.2 Gen 2 speeds. And then finally, you do get a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, and of course the DC power in, which does support that 100 watt of power delivery to any MacBook that is connected as the host, or any iPad for that matter. So for me personally, this gives you all the ports that I would need when it comes to setting up a desk setup, and then some, especially because I don't even have that many displays, but it's nice to know that it can support up to 3 external displays at 4K 60. So one of the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus's killer features is that triple 4K display support. And even if you have those base model MacBooks like the M1, M2, or M3 MacBook, out of the box, technically those only support one display, but you can install a display link manager to then bypass that and get up to 3 different displays supporting that 4K in each one of those displays, even with something like an M2 MacBook Air. So as I mentioned, you can connect up to 3 different external 4K displays at once, giving you a ton of screen real estate, which is an absolute game changer. So whether you're editing videos, designing, managing multiple tasks, this dock will have you absolutely covered. And then when it comes to data transfer, because I transfer a lot of data all the time, the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus supports speeds up to 10 gigabits per second on the USB-C and USB-A ports that I mentioned earlier, which is perfect for moving all those large files quickly, whether you're a creative professional or just handling some larger projects. And then finally, let's talk about the power. The dock does provide 100 watts of power delivery to your host computer or even your host iPad, depending on what you're using it for, which means your MacBook will charge up while it's connected to multiple peripherals without any issues. Plus, like I mentioned, there's a PD port on the front that supports up to 18 watts of fast charging for your iPhone or any other peripheral that does support that 18 watt fast charging. And lastly, I did want to mention that iVANKY also has 2 other USB-C docks to take into consideration. You have the big brother, which is going to be the FusionDock Max 1, which gives you support to up to 4 additional displays, so a quad display setup, with 3 of them being 6K and 1 of them being 4K. It has a 20 ports of connectivity and up to 40 Gbps transfer rate when it comes to transferring data. And then for those of you looking for a more budget-friendly one that still supports up to dual 4K displays, take a look at the FusionDock 1, which is one of the most affordable ones on the market that still has that same quality, and it pretty much has everything that you would need out of a USB-C dock without breaking the bank. But now let's finish up this video. So if you're currently in the market for a brand new dock to enhance your workflow, then I do recommend checking out the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus. It'll fit all of your needs with all its 14 ports, no matter the actual MacBook that you have. So definitely take advantage of the discount below, which is for our viewers exclusively. And thank you again for iVANKY for partnering up with 9to5Mac and continuing to believe in what we're doing over here. But that'll do it, everybody. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click on one of these right here. And until next time, peace.